Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And in this video, I am excited to share with you this trade that I took where I roughly took $250 and I turned that into almost $2,000. You're going to see what I was thinking before the trade, what happened during the trade, and then I'm also going to share some notes and things that I keep for myself, just kind of let you know a little bit more about my thought process. And then obviously at the end, you're going to see the actual profit that was made from this trade. So I took this trade on gold and it was actually from my tiny account where basically I'm trying to grow this account into something bigger until I find a prop firm that I like. So definitely enjoy this video because it's only something that I've shared so far with people inside of the Profitable Traders Academy. And if you want to go ahead and join that, you can check in the description box below and go ahead and sign up. So that way you can get help with your own trading journey and stop struggling. So here it is. Hey, Profitable Traders Academy people, I wanted to create this video for you because I wanted to show you and give you a really in-depth breakdown on the video or give you a breakdown of the trade or one of the trades that I took this past week on gold. So I did post this in the email and it went out to everyone, but I wanted to give you all, my family, this really cool breakdown and just make sure that you understand kind of what was behind the trade, and then maybe it's something that you could take away and replicate for yourself in a future trade. So let me go ahead and make some adjustments. All right. So here is the trade that I took. This was almost 500 and something pips. I definitely was not expecting that large of a trade. And as you can see, it actually went on a little bit longer, but I actually got out of the trade somewhere around here, mainly because I was trailing my stop loss. So before we get too far, let's talk about this. So pretty much these candles right here, these are the candles that I marked off inside of the chart with me video. So if you go back to that, you can see how I did all of these levels. So I'm not going to go over that again, but my overall trading idea was anything above, let me move this over, anything above this level right here, roughly 2705, I was looking for buys. And then anything roughly below this level, mainly because we have market structure right here, and this level was 2684, I was looking for sells. And as you can see, that played out quite nicely. So just to give a little bit of context and over my notes right here, but basically on Sunday night, so a lot of my trades, at least recently, have been taking place pretty much during the Asian session. There's a lot more activity in the Asian session on gold than there has been historically. Not just on gold, but just me looking at other markets in the past, like UJ and stuff. There was activity there, but gold that I'm focusing on right now has a lot of activity. So I do look at the markets on Sunday night. So anyway, so I was looking for a buy, mainly because if you look right here, this is around the time where I did the analysis. You can see that that was Friday. And then Sunday, we had this really large bullish candle. So I didn't see the market at this time. I think I was busy doing something, but I was looking for an entry inside of this particular market, and that just didn't come. So we had this bearish candle, and then this one closed below this level. So I was like, this may not be the right time for me to enter the market. Let me give it a little bit of time to kind of restructure and see what's going to happen. And if price came back above this level, then I'm going to entertain a buy. That didn't happen, obviously. So I think it was a couple hours later, I was looking at it, it was somewhere in here. And I was like, well, if price bounces off of this level, gives me the correct market structure. And for me, I was looking for something like this. So down and then up and then maybe down and then push up. So pretty much breaking this imaginary high that I just created, this high right there, to possibly signal that price could continue to push up at least to this level right here at 2705. That never happened. So I was looking at the market, and then when price just broke clean through here, I was like, I'm definitely not entering. So I was looking at the broker and just looking, just monitoring price. And I was like, I'm just going to wait, see what happens. So as you can see, this was all pretty much Sunday. And then Monday morning, let's see, I think I was still asleep here. Monday morning, right around here, for some reason, I just woke up at 4:30 in the morning and I was just like looking at the market. I was like, oh, wait, here's a level. This was my game plan. If price was to trade below this level right here, 2684, then I was looking for a sell. I saw this candle And then I just waited. So you can see this is an hour candle. This is 4 o'clock in the morning, my time Pacific. So let's go down to the 30 minute. All right. So here we are at 334. So 430, this candle closes bearish below this level. And one of the reasons why I entered this trade was mainly because we have a 30-minute candle right here that closed below a really strong key level. So, and the fact that it closed bearish engulfing. So this is in the high probability candlestick section. And you could go ahead and look at that there. But basically, this was my entry signal right here, combined with we're at a key level, and also combined with just using fibs, that price, this is a 50% level. It pulled back roughly 50% and could not push up higher. So I entered the trade literally right when this candle closed, and then it started to move in my direction. And then, of course, an hour later, we end up with this bullish candle. So I was like, oh, crap. So let me just wait and just see. And my stop loss when I set this was around 50 points. You can see that it is a little bit higher. I don't know if it was exactly this high, but sometimes when I place trades, I go in with an idea for a stop loss, and sometimes it works out where price just goes in my favor and it's great. But other times like this, when there's a lot of volatility, I do adjust my stop loss based on market structure. So basically, I told myself if price was to go above this level of 26.8875, then the trade is no longer valid because it broke market structure. It broke the high of this. So I was like, oh, this is the point that I'm looking at. I also want to give it a little bit of breathing room. So let me just set something that's right above this 50% fib level. So as you can see, price got really close to that level, but didn't break it because on the next candle, you can see that it closed an even stronger bullish or bearish candle. And then this next candle was just insane. So I wasn't even anticipating this move. So this one candle is 328 pips, which is nuts. And then I just monitored the trade. So pretty much once price broke below these levels, I did adjust my stop loss a bit above here. And then once this candle just took off, it went really fast. You can see that this is a 30-minute candle. So this price actually moved really fast. So then I had to go down to the 15-minute time frame to just see how price was tracking. And once this candle closed, then my stop loss was in profit. And then I just kept trailing because these are really big candles, just kept trailing it. And then eventually I just let my stop loss hover above here and then just let it do its thing. And then once I think it was pretty much once this bullish candle was formed, I think I did have a stop loss right here. You can see this alert right here at 26.45. And then I just kind of let me get out the trade because at this point, I was just starting my work day. So all this was basically making money right before my work day started. I risked about $250 on this trade and made about almost $2,000. And I'm going to share with you the screenshots really shortly. But basically, I had already made a lot of money in this trade, and I haven't even started my workday yet. So that was pretty cool. And then, like I said, once my workday did start, I was just like, I'm kind of done with the trade. Let me just set a stop loss if it gets hit. And I got stopped out somewhere in here because this candle looked like it was going to continue down, but then of course it started to trade up, and I got stopped out somewhere in here. So let me find the screenshots during, at least at this instance, when I took the screenshot. So this was 6:18 a.m. So the regular stock market was getting ready to open shortly, and I really didn't know how price would progress because sometimes, or when the gold market is in momentum, like it is right here, very bearish momentum, and then the stock market opens, sometimes price can continue that trend or it could pull back and totally reverse trend. So I really didn't know. So as you can see, I got my stop loss here. My entry was right here. And I'm just kind of looking at this next level. So that's that image right there. And basically, this is just kind of the same thing right here, just monitoring price. So at some point during the trade, I did identify this area right here as a potential area to buy back in because I was thinking that price was going to continue or price was going to stop at this level and then reverse. But obviously, we did not get that. And so I just continued the bearish trend. All right. So at this point, you can see that price is all the way down here at 26.46. And right now the P&L is looking really nice considering that I only risked about $250. So I'm just letting it ride. All right. So here is another screenshot. So this is the screenshot that I sent to the email list, and you may have seen that. So this is basically almost on the tail end of the trade. I think around here I actually closed out the trade. I thought that I may have closed it a little bit later, like I talked about earlier, but it looks like it was before the US market opened. So yeah, my P&L didn't go higher. I don't think it went higher than this, or it may have closed around this level. I just kept aggressively trailing my stop loss. I didn't actually hit the X on here. So at some point it did get stopped out. All right. And that is the end of this trade. I wanted to do that update just so that way you can have some sort of sense of what I'm looking for when I'm entering the market, and then also how I monitor the trade, and then how I eventually exit the trade. So there's another trade that I took this week, and it's basically the same idea. This one was a little bit trickier, mainly because after this big move, price just consolidated quite a bit. And I was looking for a continuation of that sell, but price did create some market structure that made it look like it was going to buy. So I didn't buy any of this. I was planning to. I think at this point, okay, so that was Tuesday. And then what is this right here? Okay, yeah, so this was in the middle of the night. So I didn't see any of this until later where I entered the trade. And then I got stopped out right. I remember this because this was just last night. I got stopped out around here, mainly because in my mind, if it broke this high right here and started to create, or actually in my mind, that was going to start the beginning of new market structure. And as you can see, it did that, and now it's over here. So I'm probably not going to take any trades on this at the moment, just because I just don't know what is happening. My bias is still bearish, and it did tap into this key level and then pushed up. So if price breaks this high, then yes, there's an opportunity for price to continue up and fill all of this. But if not, there could be continued sales. And I really don't know at this point because this is the holiday and I am probably not going to do anything or take any trades today, and then just see what happens tomorrow or early next week. So, anyway, once again, hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the community.